I'm Nick Kenyon, and we're here at the end of a Salzburg Global Seminar meeting on the transformative power of music. It's been an extraordinarily stimulating session, and I'm joined by three of the participants now. Introduce yourselves and say what brought you to the seminar.
My name is Juan Antonio Cuellar. I come from Colombia, South America. I am the head of the youth orchestra system in Colombia. Those who are familiar with the Venezuelan Sistema, this is the Colombian version, which has been around for the last 20 years. And I'm also a composer, so I'm within the music field. So what brought me here essentially was that the slogan for Batuta is, "We believe in the transformative power of music." So this coincidence brought me here.
Great. Ken.
My name's Ken MacLeod, and I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, which is on the East Coast. I'm the president of the New Brunswick Youth Orchestra, and also in the last 3 years we've begun a Sistema program in New Brunswick, and one of the first in Canada. So I'm excited to be here to learn, to make connections, and to I guess find resources and tools that will help us succeed in terms of helping kids through music.
Thanks, Ken. How do you like to be addressed?
Aneliya.
Aneliya.
So hello, I'm Aneliya Dimitrova, and I have a Bulgarian background, but I come from Canada where I work and live. I represent 3 different fields in Canada. One is the music industry. I represent a record label, actually the biggest independent record label for jazz, blues, and world music. I also represent the Montreal Chamber Society, and I work as an administrative director. And I also teach at the Music Business School of Montreal, and I educate young producers. And I'm very happy to be here and to share experiences and to learn so many different things. And I believe that this is only the beginning of a long professional journey from now on, because I met so many new friends.
It's an amazingly diverse group of people. Do you think we've had things in common to talk about?
Yes, actually, the meetings and the subjects and the contributions are very enriching because of the differences and the variety, but we come down to the same aspects of music and community, and music and education, music and transforming from the inner essence of music itself. So I think we come down to the very same thing. It's a trivial thing, but music is the same language.
And you've been talking also about the way that a commitment to music really needs political will and political change.
Of course, we artists, we musicians provide such a refined good to society, such a important and essential part of humanity, that they need to be on our side. Because many of the goals that humanity has set, like for example the Millennium Goals or the human rights addresses, have to do directly with what we do. And the transformative power of music is in the essence of humanity. I mean, it makes us human. Music makes us human. So we are providers of that good for society, and that requires from us a lot of work with incorporating politicians, advocates, pop stars, people from the common into the importance of what we do.
And Ken, in your work setting up a version of Sistema, you've also had to argue all these same cases because young people are changing and their approach to life is changing.
That's right, and it's actually been encouraging. 3 years ago, we developed a simple 2-page brief on the idea of transforming children who are habitually left out and who are on a very downward negative spiral in their lives. You know, their future doesn't look good. But the idea that you could transform that future through music. So we had a 2-page brief, and we simply talked to people. We talked to government officials and bureaucrats and business leaders locally, regionally, and nationally. And the exciting thing that we observed is that at the end of almost every conversation, the person said, "Let me know how I can help." And so, you know, that was motivation to take the next step. And what I'm learning is you have to take one step at a time. Take the step you can, and then take the next step that you can. Sort of like driving from one city to the next at nighttime. You can only see as far as your headlights go, but you have to go that far to see the next section. So we're learning to gain interest and support, and that's been a very exciting part of the journey.
And as someone who deals in the marketplace with a record company, what's your sense about how young people are changing and how they're dealing with music?
Well, that's a very interesting question. Thank you for that. Everybody knows that the music industry is changing, dramatically changing right now. And it's in the hands of our children that we're teaching every day. And I believe that it's not the end of the music industry. It's only a beginning of something very new. So we have to be ready, and we have to know how to deal with our new society and with our new tools, and how to be able to contribute to the society with everything that we learn and that we produce. And we in the music industry, I would like to say that we don't kill the art of music. No, we develop it, and we help young artists, and we discover young talents, and we help them break into the industry, and we help their voices to be heard and be loved and be appreciated by as many people as possible. So I believe that it's very important for me to be here today and also to share my experience with you. And I know that I'll be very helpful to you and your students in the future, because, as I said, they all want to be heard and they all want to be out there. So I'll be the one who would help them.
Because we've talked a lot about creativity during the seminar, haven't we? And it does seem now that the sort of box that was classical music is really breaking open, and people are interested in so many different types of music at once.
Yes, but at the same time, I think that's not a very new thing. I think both the sort of classical, as we refer to it, and the other music have had a very healthy relation over the years. So you find, like in a Bach's sonata, elements from dance and from like popular rhythms of the time. Same thing you find here. So what is very interesting is that while like classical composers are exploring other elements in their music, popular musicians are exploring the developments of harmony and counterpoint and instrumentation, electronics and all that. So there are some meeting intersections which are really, really important and really interesting for us to analyze as social and cultural phenomena.
And are the young people that you're dealing with interested in all sorts of music?
Well, they are. And I guess what has impressed me is they're willing to embrace it at such a deep level, even young children. So the focus is on inspiration and motivation, but also on rigor and excellence. And it's something we've been talking a lot about at this seminar. And what we're finding is children embrace that, and they rise to the challenge, and it produces a sense of pride and a sense of accomplishment. And I think it helps teach them that they have options and opportunity. They have genius, they have talent, they have capacity. And so these, I think, are tremendous lessons for young people who are engaged in music, and it literally can change their future.
And presumably in the recording business and in the concert world, there's no such thing as a classical music audience anymore.
Well, there is an audience for everything, because at the music industry we believe in very simple things, and we believe that music is the love child of our emotions and needs of expression. So it's a call for love, and we find a partner on the other side. So there is audience for everything. And we work together in the music industry, and we believe that by providing people with the music they like, we make them feel better. And if we make many people feel better, we build a better society.
I remember you're saying that music is not just a nice add-on to have to life, it is something essential.
It is essential. Actually, the Cro-Magnon man was found with some musical instruments, so it's been with humanity since the beginning. There's no ritual, actually, in any community of humans that don't make use of music for celebration, for inspiration, for commemoration, for sometimes for the shamanic way of approaching health is surrounded with musical instruments. So I think music is very, very essential to humanity. And what we do now, like for example in Colombia, we started like they're starting in Canada with just a few kids. Now we are 47,000 kids away from that point of departure, and it's not enough. I mean, there are millions of kids who deserve to be as humans as the deepest humanity is, and there's where music really is in our lives.
And I think one of the lessons of the seminar is that here we are at a really crucial point in creativity, in performance, and in technology. I think it's a very exciting future, isn't it?
Oh, it's incredible. Music. I mean, we all know it's international. There are no barriers. Every person, everywhere, in every culture, people tap their toe and they hum a tune, or they snap their fingers, or they listen, or they play. So it's an incredibly powerful force for change and to benefit society.
Well, thanks for being here, and thanks for your contributions to the seminar. Really appreciated.
Thank you.